What the heck?
What
is going on, man?
That didn't work at all.
Okay.
None of this made any sense.
Well, welcome to Friday, everybody. We're live. We're back.
We're
like,
never
subscribe, share, all that stuff. What is it, Greg?
We're never doing that again.
No, we're never doing that again. Sorry, people. We didn't mean to do that.
We were trying to make our intro more seamless, but that didn't work at all.
No, it was a cluster.
Please give us some time as we try to work through figuring out how everything works.
All of our technical difficulties get in the way.
That's every day, man. Every day.
All right. Hey, but anyway, yep, it's Friday. We finally made it.
What's up, everybody?
Yep, that's Greg. That's Devin. Scott, as usual, is he's running late. He's a lagger. Okay. Like I said, do all the good stuff. The like, subscribe, share, comment on the videos. We would appreciate it if you guys would like to join us while we are live, 7 p.m. to 7:30 Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. to 8 o'clock on Fridays, all on Eastern time. Today we're going to be doing a little different like we usually do on Fridays, and our first little story we have here is the New York City earthquake, and check this out. And then he didn't follow the shirt. Quick reaction on those kids, man.
They get it.
Crazy, isn't it?
That is crazy. The thing about it is, like I said, it hasn't happened in 140 years. Usually earthquakes like this happen on the West Coast. You know, people from California, if any of those people end up seeing this video, y'all experience this all the time. This is nothing new to y'all. But on the East Coast, we don't see this very often. And you felt that 300 miles away from New York City. I mean, it branched out and it shook it up. But the question is that I got is this all related to the solar eclipse? I mean, it seems like earthquakes have been on the rise. We had one in Taiwan that was 7.8, was it? You guys remember?
7.8.
Yeah, 7.8, and it destroyed Taiwan. And now we're having them in New York City, along with Monday being the total eclipse. What do you guys think?
That's possible.
That's it. That's all you got.
Or there'll be, something much worse. I mean, you don't know. I mean, what could it be?
I have no clue.
Greg is very knowledgeable about the moon.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm over here.
He's not listening.
I am absolutely working over here on
He's either not here on Friday or he's just zoned out. It seems like the normal
conspiracy. I actually had the show over here, and I was over here doing what I was doing, and now I don't know what I did with anything. But that's not important right now.
We were asking if the eclipse might have anything to do with these earthquakes.
So
what's
the sun has gravitational effects on it. All right. The moon also has gravitational effects. Quite a bit. It controls the tide. I mean, as the moon goes around the earth, it does it just like it creates almost a tidal wave, a hump of the water.
Right. That's what controls our tides and all that.
So as the moon passes over, the water actually raises underneath the moon and travels. That's why at a certain time, that hump of water will come, raise the sea level. And then when that tide, it can't suck it up over the earth or, the ground. So as it pulls away, the tide starts to recede. That hump goes across the United States, and then the Atlantic, here it comes, pulls it up, and on and on and on forever. But so New York City is on a fault line, not a very active fault line, not like California, because we want to get that thing to crack off and float out to sea. But it was due for an earthquake. You could say there's more fault lines than what people realize. There's fault lines that affect Ohio all the way.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
There once in like 1800s an earthquake that caused the Mississippi River to run backwards. So it's not common for big earthquakes to happen anywhere. But I would say, I bet you, as the sun and the moon and lines, that's going to pull more pressure on the earth. And if there's a fault just laying there, just itching to go, it's just little pebbles holding it back, and that extra gravitational pull probably set off an earthquake. I'm sure there are a million scientists that would argue with me, but then scientists that say, yeah.
All right. There's a lot of them that would probably really like to argue that fact. I don't know. And then there's I heard something. Now I can't find anything on it, but I also found something on the or I didn't find it, but I heard it earlier that the it's affecting Yellowstone, the super volcano that hasn't erupted and has been due to erupt for a really long time.
That's scary.
That is scary. That's
a super volcano, and there's been theories in the past that a super volcano in Siberia caused a mass extinction on Earth. It depended on the eruption. It would do some damage, and there's been also recorded times in the past where volcanoes have erupted and literally have no summer. It's cool all year around. It causes famines, it causes starvation all around the world. And when you have countries starving, then they like to go to war with other countries.
I watched something on if the super volcano in Yellowstone erupted, the ash alone would just destroy at least America. We would get it all the way. It's all the way across the country. It would cover even Ohio with ash.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'd have ash.
We would survive that first initial boom. The explosion. But they what I was watching said that it could most people would starve to death.
Yeah.
Do you think that since we're, I don't know, somewhat technologically advanced, that we would be able to
absolutely
mitigate the fallout in some way?
I would be.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely not.
No, there's a certain things that are just out of our control. Like even after watching that about Yellowstone's super volcano, I thought to myself, couldn't we relieve the pressure and stop it? And then it's that'd probably be a very bad idea. Don't touch it.
I don't know, clean the soot away somehow, or
I heard that it went up a large degree. It's something it's never done before.
Recently, yes. That's what I was
recently. I don't know the number offhand. All I do is stuff information in my head all day. But I want to say it was 4.3 feet raise. I was looking for it.
Yeah, I can't find it. I tried to find it before we started, and I can't find it. So there's that.
That's terrifying.
A geyser that's been asleep for 60 years just came back on.
Yeah. Are you looking for a video?
Well, there's definitely a video.
That's not good, man. I don't want to deal with that. Let's not have world-ending apocalypse scenarios going on right now.
Right. While the whole world seems like it's about to light on fire from all these countries wanting to go to war with each other, we also got a super volcano over here. Yeah, we also got a super volcano over here talking about what up, bro.
The more that I
forget
see
about
this
me?
stuff, the more that I see this stuff, I realize maybe we should just live underground. Let's just build everything underground. Let's just build everything we need to make our food underground, so we don't have any problems.
Look, what you do is you live your life, and if a super volcano blows up next to you, you just stand there and
bye,
you watch
everybody.
nature's beauty until you're vaporized and turned to stone, like the people of Pompeii. And then 2,000 years later, the people that survive will dig you up and like, look, perfectly preserved cat. You know what I mean? So,
how much do you want to bet? This is one of the poses.
No, yeah, absolutely. You'd have to, rock on or dab it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever you got to do.
What could this possibly mean? Was it some religious symbol of some kind?
Right, and it just reminds me of that movie, Don't Look Up, where they're just sitting there and they're freaking out, but they're eating dinner, trying to laugh because they know it's over. If you ain't seen the movie, you should check it out.
It's great. It's a good movie.
But yeah,
it really. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna bring it back to the moon a little bit. It's crazy that all this stuff's happening during. I mean, is it all a coincidence, or is the solar eclipse causing some of this to happen? Like Greg said, like the gravitational pull from the sun and all that. I also seen something where it said after the moon moves away, we're gonna get hit with the radiation, and it's gonna catch stuff on fire. So we're all gonna die. No, I'm joking.
This is industry tap news. I'm going to go ahead and share this. Just so, Devin, I mean, a super volcano is no joke. So if you could read that, super volcanic eruptions as powerful as 100,000 nuclear bombs.
Nice.
You know what I mean? What are you going to do with that? You just got, what I mean? That's
complete and utter
sun
blackout. I mean, it would be a complete blackout.
Yeah.
More than likely, I mean, what would it matter after that point?
Can you imagine what would happen to the world if America just gone?
Oh, see, now this if that goes off, it won't just affect us. It would affect the whole world. You know what I mean?
But it's just gonna kill America. It's just gonna be like America.
No, there'd be like it says. Oh well, yeah, you're right. Our infrastructure, everything for the most part would be gone.
The greatest power in the world, the one that's the freest power in the world, it's going to be gone, and then you're all those other countries are going to be left to just squabble amongst themselves.
No beacon of light left for freedom.
No more freedom. It's going to turn right back into dark ages.
Known as the Great Dying. All right, that's what this period is known, which is 252 million years ago. All right, wiped out at least 90% of the species on Earth, and 96% of marine animals. But not all super volcanoes cause mass extinctions. But when a super volcano blows up, that's Earth's way of saying, hey, we're going to thin out the population. Probably not, you know what I mean? Not everything's going to die. Some animals will die, just like if you believe that a large asteroid hit the Earth to kill the dinosaurs, whatever. What's going to happen in a large extinction is the bigger animals are going to die off. The elephants will be gone.
No more food.
Yeah, the larger animals will die because there won't be enough food support. Humans may die, lots of humans, but we're pretty resilient. We can have greenhouses, things like that, but we're not going to be able to grow crops everywhere in the world. So there'll be great famine. Millions and millions and millions and millions of people die. But so after all that's over, the people that live, but mostly it'll be smaller rodents, things that didn't need enough food, scavengers. There'll be plenty of things dying all the dang time. Some predators that can pick off, prey. And then if humans die off in 1 million, 2 million years, there'll be a whole new weird set of species that roam this earth. And it's just
I heard this time it's going to be purple and blue.
Cockroaches will be here.
Bird people.
Oh, they survive everything. It's because they can eat anything.
Look, There's something humans love to do. Humans love to pretend like they have control, a sense of control.
Yes.
Safety is merely an illusion that it does not exist anywhere at any time. You can, whatever you do, it's not safe. You know what I mean? Even sleeping.
That's what I say. Like when Devin said, "Is there any way we could like stop some of the aftermath or and everything?" Like it would be so bad, and we could clean it, but like, what are you going to run your car won't even start because it'll suck all the ash up in there. It's going to destroy that engine. There would be a lot of stuff that would not work.
Where would you put it, Devin?
You're gonna burn it.
I'm just saying. Look, hey, I'm gonna get my blower and I'm gonna be like, you know.
It's
my grass needs to grow.
Let's just say a quarter of America is covered in ash. You're just gonna make, that's the Great Ash Mountain of 2024. You know what I mean? All of Colorado is just now ash. That's the garbage.
I mean, you got to think of what it does to all the ash when it does rain.
Wet,
it's going to it's going to get into the water supply. It's going to ruin your water supply. No water either.
That rain is going to be acid.
Oh yeah, it's you're going to hide when it rains. But like I'm saying, like even if you think you're going to have clean water, all that ash in that water, that water will be contaminated. Will be undrinkable.
Oh yeah, you can't drink that.
No, so. It would just be utter and complete devastation. Like that's what that volcano in Yellowstone is when it goes, if it goes, or not if, when. I said it right the first time, when it goes, because it is way past due. It was supposed. It was been supposed to have already erupted.
But that's us
I know controlling. Yes,
you're right. Control, right? Yeah, it's like, we know
when it's going to happen.
When the big zit's going to pop, we know. You know what I mean? We don't know that.
I know. It's just you're right. Once I said it, I seen what I did. It was like, no, you're right. Yeah, that's us trying to control things. And
volcanic acid rain, pH.
I'm sorry, I'm late, guys.
You're all right.
You're good.
To 5.0. So volcanic acid rain is typically dominated by hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid, rising from the fume of gases HCl and sulfur dioxide. So it's going to rain sulfur, you know what I mean? Sulfuric acid and hydrochloric acid.
Right.
We'll kill everything.
Yeah,
it would.
And it's growing and it's horrible for everything else. And
sounds a lot like hell.
Hey, we gave you a hard time for not being here again, Scott.
Oh, look, I'm sorry. My primary job has been beating me up pretty bad this week. I apologize.
Fridays,
lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse coming. Traffic is just forget about traffic.
I don't think we have. I mean, the lunar eclipse is when Earth hides the moon from the sun.
I misspoke.
I know, but I'm not. This has nothing to do with what you said. I was just thinking. I don't think you could really have a solar eclipse. That would be the moon going behind the sun, and the sun. Right. You know,
I get it. I made a mistake. I corrected myself. I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't making fun of you. Just had my brain thinking.
It's okay.
His brain was thinking.
It was. Don't bother him, kid. His brain's thinking.
So is
I mean the moon? It's go ahead.
Is maybe that why we're talking about building railroads and things on the moon and establishing a time zone so that the people that are rich can just fly off while the rest of us burn in sulfur and ash?
So,
Devin beat me to it. I was getting ready to say that.
I have a question, a legit question for Greg Google.
Yes.
What is the surface area of the moon in comparison to the Earth?
Oh, I want to. It's like I want to say 32nd or something like that. It's not very big. I don't remember. I used to know that.
I was about to say, if you ask a girl on TikTok, she'll tell you that the moon is bigger than Earth. And that's the only reason you can see it during the day.
Right. Well, I was hoping we could put like a landmass into maybe comparison of states or something.
So it's about
27%. Yeah.
Well, no, wait, 7.4% actually. It says 38 million square kilometers versus 510 million square kilometers.
Now, before we move on to the moon, this is where the ash would land. So all the yellow is 1 to 3 inches or millimeters. Then you get 3 to 10, 10 to 30, 30 to 100. Right around is this large state area. You're talking over 1,000 millimeters.
So Salt Lake City would now be called Ash Lake used to be city.
Yeah.
Right.
If there's even a city there.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm seeing a really good part of Florida and Texas that I'm going to head to.
Right here. Yeah.
Right down there at the bottom.
Yeah, look at that.
tip
Look at
of
that.
them, right.
There'll be 10, 20 million immigrants down there. We can't go there. It doesn't belong to us
That's true.
anymore.
He's got a point there.
Hey, did you hear they broke through that
Yeah.
razor wire again down at the border? That's crazy. But I'm not trying to sidetrack us. Go ahead, Devin. We're going back to the moon.
You really think that we won't be able to stop them? So aliens.
No.
Let's go ahead and segue.
Segue. Aliens.
Aliens.
He dabbed us over.
Aliens.
Yeah.
What you want to know? What you want to know?
What you want to know? Are they on the moon?
I would think so. And let me give you some pictures that would support my theory. All right. Now, this is the first
pictures
I've ever done this. All right. So, no, I mean, this type of screen sharing. So I have to, I have to use my,
anytime we try something new,
full
everything goes really bad.
Now
Scott, don't watch the intro.
Yeah, don't. All right.
It was bad. We made a mistake.
All right, I have to shoot.
I have a feeling this was at my expense, though.
I have to move you guys over here.
And we just.
Oh, you guys just messed it up.
All right. Talk for a second. I have to move to my other.
Just do what I do. We said today's Beer Friday, right?
That's what we said, but I got a soft drink in mind.
How about?
I could add some liquor to it if you want.
I had a really rough week. How about Shop Friday? Is it Shop Friday?
All right.
Do what you want to do, homie.
Okay, I'm going to show you.
Drop it in the cup, Scott.
I'm going to show you craters on the dark side of the moon. Okay. Now, the line away from it is going to point to its corresponding crater where you can see it. All right. These are original photos from the moon. There was a hacker who hacked NASA's database. And they
every now and then I love some hackers.
Now, if you ask NASA where these photos are, they say they can't find them. They don't know. They're deleted.
Sure.
They did all that information.
That doesn't exist.
But there is some out there. And right here we go. Now, this crater, there's clearly buildings, structures.
There you go. That's much better. Thank you.
Those are not natural formations on the moon.
No, they're not, but they don't exactly look like buildings either.
They look like Indian long. What was it? The long houses.
I mean, maybe
you know what else they look like. And if you really look at it,
maybe they're covered up partially, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, they're going to be. Just imagine the technology they have for camo. But to me, they kind of look like obelisks that you would see in Egypt. Laying on
they
the
looks like they're knocked over.
There. I got you. Right.
Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to share the second.
I like my Indian theory.
This is within another crater.
Moon people.
Wait, do you think Indians are on the moon, Chris?
I'm just saying that's what it looked like.
They cover themselves in moon dust.
I'm a very simple person, man. All right.
That's within another crater. So
can you zoom that in a little bit?
Yeah. That is not a natural structure either.
Nope.
No.
That looks like it was made by somebody or something.
Now look at this picture down here. When you have a crater, it blows everything out of it. What is this? I mean, honestly.
That's what hit it. That it looks like a big rock that hit it.
Well, maybe not. All right.
It's still sitting there.
Let's move this on. All right. Now this they caught.
There's not much atmosphere on the moon, so it's not going to break it down a lot, right? It just hits and blows everything out.
This was found in Marcinius E. And this is they call it the tower on the moon. So it's rising up, and it looks like it has pillars coming off each side.
So always
Now
had
you
this.
gotta remember these pictures were taken in 1969.
Right.
So you're gonna only get such a good quality of film.
Mhm. So I've always had this
I'm not sure
question.
what we're
This
looking at.
is this is another
He's got more.
He has more, always more.
That's Greg. He always has more.
all right,
always
this
has
is what the tower looks like from the side of the moon. Why is
Looks
that
like-
there? What
It
is
looks like
that?
it looks like a nipple.
Why does it look like there's like a field of
Or
grass or
extended.
something like that
It-
grass?
it's
So
just-
weird looking
it's a
nipple.
side. It's a side photograph of the moon, 1969.
Those are all craters that
Yeah,
have
those
hit
are all
or whatever.
craters.
Or maybe they're other buildings.
No, they might be,
I'm-
but no,
That's
that's
a question that I
You
had.
can see
I
some-
wanna
Don't help
bring up-
him, Chris. Don't help him.
I want to bring up that question. If we see the same side of the moon at all the times, right? We see the
Yeah.
same side of the moon.
That's always
How are,
yes. it's
how
always,
are there a bunch of craters? Like if it's rotating around the Earth,
Why are there
how are
craters
there a
in the
bunch of
front?
craters on
Well,
the front?
Now, the Earth gets hit with meteorites all the time, constantly.
Mhm.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And
Yeah.
as you know, I mean, and small asteroids. The moon does have gravity, so if it gets close enough to the moon, the moon's
It
gravity
pulls it over.
pull
It's
it
like
in.
our shield.
Yeah, it actually saves us all the dang time.
Yeah, it's stopped us from getting hit by
Yeah.
several big
That's a
giant
good.
comets. And
That's a good reasoning, but that was always confusing to me.
yeah, I mean, the moon is a very confusing thing, man, when it comes to the conspiracies around it. The whole was November 20th, 1969, when they dropped the module off of the ascent, and it just rang for an hour, I think it was. Like,
It was
how
at
does-
least an hour.
Yeah,
Some
I'm
say
pretty sure it was an
it was
hour.
longer, but it was at least an hour.
Because before they left, they put those
They fired one of
things
the
in them.
they fired one of the rockets. That had no more fuel in it at the moon.
Yeah, the
to see
module
what it would
down.
do. Right.
And it dropped and it hit, and then then it rang for
Oh.
at
Yeah.
least an hour.
The thruster. Okay,
Yeah,
This
so
one- yeah, the module.
the lander took off, and as it jettisoned its fuel it needed to break away from the moon's gravity, it
It
shot
dropped
it
it.
at the moon.
Yeah.
Yes, it shot it down at the moon. And well, there's nothing in space to stop sound. So, you know, they had
Right.
mic, they listened, it rang for hours, possibly days. Rang like it's hollow, like it's metal. Just
Right.
Well, it was hollow inside.
And now they say
Yeah.
now they do say, I looked into this a little bit, and I've been down this rabbit hole 100 million times probably. They say that when a big enough asteroid hits Earth, that Earth will ring a little bit too, but nothing compared to what the moon does.
Right.
Well,
And they say
everything will-
like, it,
to some
right,
degree.
that's what it was saying. Like it would, like they said, when something hits Earth, it may ring, but like for a minute or two, if that. You know what I mean? A very, very short period of time. But
I
when
was
it
going to
hit the-
say, when
Go
you
ahead.
say it rings, maybe that would explain the weird like horn sounds that have been heard around the world. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Maybe I don't know. You know what I mean?
I have no
Like,
idea.
That
But you
one
would
I
think
relate
they would
to.
correlate that,
one-
like, hey, an asteroid or a meteor hit over here, and that's why you're hearing weird noise now.
I would
But
think it would still ring more like a bell than sound like a trumpet. But
yeah,
True.
and not only that, but we would also be able to say, you know, that noise you heard last night,
yeah,
a comet hit. You know,
right. Well, right.
We would have an
That's what I mean. They
explanation.
would correlate them.
Those, there was no correlation to them.
Right.
But there's theories on the moon being a hollow, a mega structure. I mean, they made a whole movie about it. It was
don't they
actually
call it a
pretty cool.
superstructure, I believe.
A mega structure.
Or, yeah. That's why we don't
then
see the other side, because I've heard
never
theories
does.
of it being completely open on the other side. You know,
There's
like,
that. There's also the theory of alien bases being on the other side of the
Right,
moon.
I've
when
heard that too.
Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin went up there.
Yeah.
There's theories that float around saying, I mean, even I think it was Neil Armstrong that told Alex Jones that the aliens told them never to come back, and that's
yeah,
why we've
one
never
of them
been
on
back.
their basically on their deathbed. I forget which one.
It was either Neil
now.
or Buzz that told.
Yeah,
but
had said
he
we
knew
were
him.
told never to come back. Now he didn't go into great detail. He just said we went over there and we were told never to come back. Well, who told you never to come back? You know,
he was very. He was very.
I believe there's a video that says
not
like
a very good
watching
explanation.
us, stuff like that. Yeah,
there's a lot of theories with the moon. It's
is,
a very, and it makes you wonder if we did go up there, why didn't we go back? Like,
yeah, we made one
happened?
successful landing, and then what? We never went back. It's like why?
Until
why
recently.
would we do more?
I mean, I was going to bring that up. I mean, we're trying to go back now. Japan made it there, but they just landed upside down.
Upside down.
China landed there.
And they blew up.
Right.
Which is kind of very like China to crash and burn, eh? So
it's very funny, but
it's also very like,
you know. But that begs the question then too of look, if let's just go with the conspiracy theory and say we were told never to come back. That just doesn't mean the U.S. That means all of humans don't come back, right? Why are we all going back now?
Because we're allowed.
Did they get an invitation? Like, hey, if you can make it back, then we'll talk to you or whatever. I don't know.
I believe. I mean, it wasn't too long ago that we had those aliens show up in Florida.
Miami, yeah. Was it Miami?
Right. The inner
Miami, yeah.
Right, the dimensional or whatever, yeah. There's serious about that too. Something
like 76 police cruisers for like a couple of people playing a joke.
They weren't quite solid. They don't know if they were aliens or interdimensional beings or whatever, right?
But that's
a whole other show, I think. That's a whole other show.
It relates.
There's been talk that the government has been in cahoots, has been talking to the aliens for a long time. If you look at some of the memos and that are taken,
well,
and on WikiLeaks from certain things, you find that that we have been talking to them about things like incredible new technologies, like harvesting energy from the movements of nanoparticles.
Right. Well, there's rumors that we've been in contact ever since Roswell, quite honestly, or shortly after Roswell. Now, those are rumors. I have no proof to back that up, but there's little whispers, throughout the years about that, saying
there's a lot more than that. You got the whole thing with Hitler. I mean, not to bring Hitler up in a good way or nothing, but he went around the world.
Good person, but did he use
find alien technology
and everything else that he could to his advantage? Absolutely.
Yeah,
he went on quests for that stuff.
And that was a big thing. Like, why did Germany they grew pretty quick after they started going around scavenging the earth for God knows what. I don't know what he went looking for. Everybody thinks it's alien technology.
Alien tech. There was religious
I'm going to show you
they went looking for.
I saw this YouTube short and I shared it with myself. So, I mean,
you shared it with yourself.
Yeah, I do this all the time. So I'd come back and watch things later. So this is a pilot. All right. And I want to say it's Singapore. I clipped it at a spot and just so you see, he's traveling at 30,000 feet. He sees something on his radar and he catches this. And there's talking to him.
Good.
A metallic-looking object, a polyhedron of some sort, whizzes by in a straight line. We slow it down and zoom in further. You can see it kind of looks like a cube.
It has these kind of little points that stick out. It does seem to be darker in color and not.
All right, that's all I'm going to show you of that. But, I mean, there's unexplainable things in the skies constantly. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've seen lots of stuff like that from like single engine Piper Cubs and stuff where something round and metallic just whizzes by them real quick and then like comes back by them later. And
yeah, I mean, I could go on with days.
Right.
And days.
I wish you would.
Oh yeah. I mean, I could literally
go on for 25 more minutes because that's what we got.
That's what we need.
No, there's definitely a lot
Our
of stuff that
viewers
flies
experience.
around. It makes you think, is the moon their base? Is that where they're coming from? You got the whole theory on what is it, Antarctica? The southern.
Right. This is old.
Oh.
This is from the early show. Most people have never seen this because I mean it's not widely shown, but so this was on CBS is the early show. And it is a UFO that comes down right over the Golden Dome.
Oh, I've seen
Jerusalem.
that.
All right. And just watch. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Sorry.
Bright light is seen descending over the dome of the rock in Jerusalem. The video is said to be taken over the weekend. Then suddenly the light shoots up into the sky. There you see it. Another angle appears to show the light doing the same thing. Those clips have gone viral now.
Now, this
Pretty
is
neat.
old as dirt. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, not a lot of video editing going on back then.
That makes me want to ask you, Greg, go find the Black Knight satellite over right, Pat, and bring it up.
Okay. This right here.
Right, Pat's not very far from any of us, and this happened. A couple years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, hold on. This is. I'm just gonna use Google. For this because. All right.
Devin, you look so entertained.
I'll be honest. I'm just happy that I'm not at work anymore. For the
All right.
rest
I
of
gotta
the
work
It's been a
tomorrow.
rough week, bro. I'm so glad to be off.
You do that to your
I did that to myself. Yes, I did.
This right here. It's a NASA photo. All right. Taken during a space shuttle mission. It is.
Really?
Yes. This is what they took. No one knows where this come from. No one has a clue. All right. It has a polar orbit, which means the Earth spins on the axis, right? So
Right.
that it's easy to have your satellite follow your country around in the spin. I mean, you're taking it up in the gravitational field to where it kind of just locks on your
Right. It naturally
Yeah, and it
goes
goes.
around
So,
with the Earth.
If I have a military satellite, you know what I mean? I just have small thrusters that last forever, set up a space shuttle, but some that if I want to look over China, I just take a little thruster, slow down that speed until China spins around below me and then thrust it, and then it follows China around. So this has a polar. So you think of the Earth spinning like this. Look at your moon. Think about it going around about the equator or wherever up on you.
Right.
This goes from pole to pole. So it goes around like this.
From north to south, right?
From north to or south to north. It just
Or
goes
south to
around
north.
the pole.
You're right, right.
It moves around anywhere. So this right here is the Black Knight satellite. No one knows what that is.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Or
yeah.
where
I think
it
it's
came
wicked
from.
and cool
Yeah.
looking.
I'm pretty sure that's the Klingons.
It's
Klingon.
now I show you.
We haven't
that.
discovered those yet, Devin.
I've seen that. I've seen that before in a movie.
That's right. we
Come on,
haven't
get us.
discovered them yet.
All right.
And besides,
Yeah,
hey, wait, if it was Klingon, they have what was that? Invisibility cloaking or whatever. So
Oh, the
couldn't be
cloaking
Klingon.
devices. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
couldn't
don't
be
know. I'm not
Klingon.
really Trekkie very much. I just know the word. Klingon.
Well, you can't come at me with some Star Trek if you don't know it, dude.
That's
Come
why I said I've
on.
seen it in the movie. You know what I mean?
All right. Now, okay. We're all from the Dayton area around here. All right. The Dirty Day. All right. We live really close to one of the largest, not the largest, that's Pensacola, Florida, one of the largest Air Force bases. Yeah, second largest Air Force base in the United States. Largest Air Force museum, I think, in the world or
in the country.
Definitely in the country. But Roswell, it was said that they took all the aliens to Wright Field, which is now known as Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. So I just showed you the picture of the Black Knight satellite. All right. Now, during a marathon, so there was thousands and thousands of people. They have this marathon every year.
Every year, yeah, they run this marathon.
They're running the marathon, and thousands upon thousands of people saw this in the sky above Wright-Patterson.
Right over top of them.
Yeah. Now, does that look like the Black Knight satellite? Maybe just a section of it, not the whole thing.
Yeah, that don't look like no satellite to me.
No,
I don't know why they call it a satellite, but that's yeah.
Well, because it satellites the Earth. But if you look at the part that's hanging down on the Black Knight satellite, and I'll bring that back up here in a minute, it looks like maybe the top, the top and the bottom like separate. So not only is it a Black Knight satellite, I mean, not only is it a satellite, but it's also maybe a landing pod, if you get what I say.
It's from the moon.
Oh, no, that's stretching a little bit. I mean,
no,
I told you it was. I told you the
look
moon
at the part
was there.
facing the Earth.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Look at that part facing the Earth. That's Earth. So that would be going straight down. All right.
It's probably the part at the top there, actually.
Well,
what you're seeing is the top, but that's Earth right above it. It's like
Earth. It's facing down.
It's upside down.
One at the very top of it, at the bottom though.
I want you to look. Oh no, go ahead.
Maybe
say
bottom.
All right. So
right
at
here?
the one that's facing space. All
This
right.
side.
That little
on the
piece
bottom.
that juts out at the very bottom.
On the
of
bottom,
it,
right? Yeah. Right here.
That
where it's blacker.
Yeah.
No, right here. Now, hold on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now imagine you can't see the inside of it. It's back here. Okay.
I can't see your cursor. So.
I know. Okay. That's probably okay. You're right. Okay. Now just look at this and look at the front of that and just, you don't know how it attaches, how much smaller it is than the craft it's in with the picture. Now I'm going to bring up the other one. All right. And I want you to look at the very tip of this aircraft.
Right.
All right. You don't know where this section is seen.
Right.
All right.
It detached. Is that what you're saying?
Does that not look like the exact same front? Now just imagine this on the satellite facing down like this way. You know what I mean? Towards the back a little bit. Now I'll bring up the other one. And then look at the front again. And
you erased it.
It's gone.
See the point? Now you don't know how big this is on either side. If this docks inside and all you see is the point.
Mm-hmm. Could be. Could be. It definitely doesn't look like no satellite that we could have built.
Regardless, either it's that thing that showed up over Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is either not ours, it is extraterrestrial in origin, or we are way more advanced than they're telling us. Like,
I don't think we could build that. You gotta imagine how big. Like that looks like a little. It just looks like a little tiny thing, but up there it's probably huge.
That's it facing out of the clouds. That's it facing out the clouds, and by mid morning the clouds were gone. That's
either America. We don't know the government lies to us. So either America has been lying to his people so much that we have technology that is so vastly superior to our commercial and our residential like peoples.
30 to 50 years above what you know,
David. If that's 50 years above, why can't I have some of that stuff? I don't fly around like that. Come on.
I mean, I think we do have technology that the government and our military is not letting us know about because we're peons. But why would it watch us like that? I know what you'll say. Well, the government wants to know, blah, blah. But I think that's something else watching us. I don't think that particular thing is our government. I think that's something else.
I'm with you, Scout, on that one because I like where you're going with it, Devin, but where could we have built something at that size and nobody's seen it?
Right.
And then, and when did
space? Well, I mean,
we would have had to
you
been
kinda got us
shooting
there,
rocket after
but-
rocket and rocket
Right.
up there to build that in space?
You don't.
I
who
like
controls-
that. Look, I like the idea of the moon being an alien base. I'm just
Right.
saying. It's
I mean, think
hollow.
about
They're
but-
inside there. They come down here and mess with us all the time.
Who controls
I've,
all the media?
Who
You know,
doesn't
I've-
want to
I've-
be probed by the aliens? You know what I mean? No.
I've been
Yeah,
wanting to
agreed.
I've been wanting to tell this story to help Greg on his theory that the military and whatever is 30 to 50 years ahead of us. My father was in the Air Force for a short time.
So was mine. Intelligence.
In the I guess it would have been the late, probably late 50s. Okay. And he was friends with an air traffic controller. All right. And one night they were to go out for drinks or whatever. And he went to the tower to, meet up with his friend or whatever. So he's waiting for his friend to finish his shift. And the tower gets a call in saying, hey, blah, 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 whatever call numbers and so forth. Do you, give us radar visual? And the guy, his buddy is like, I don't see you. You're not there. And they're like, hold on a second. And they're like giving out the call numbers again. Hey, check blah, 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 check around this area. And he goes, the tower's like, we are not seeing you. And then my father says he distinctly hears, oh shit. And suddenly there's a blip on the radar. And they flip the switch, they did whatever. And they're like, now give us our coordinates. And the tower comes back, tells them their exact coordinates. Well, suddenly back in the 80s, we're told about this stealth technology that we have. Well, that was probably that back in the
More than likely,
late 50s, you know what I mean? And we didn't hear about it till the 80s when they decommissioned it, no less. You know what I mean? Because my father said that whatever it was moving at quite a rate of speed also.
All right.
So I'm thinking it might have been the SR-71 Blackbird, but we don't know that for sure.
Now this was in the 50s.
Right,
now, would
the
we
late
talk about
50s.
we talked about the Philadelphia project last week, and that was in the 40s. And that's when they were trying to figure out how to do all that. So
exactly.
Very possible. I could get with that.
And when did Roswell happen? In like the mid 40s, I think it was. Early
think
or
so.
mid
45, 46, something like that. I can't
and then
remember.
all of a sudden
Greg's
we're working on stealth technology.
Sorry,
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Looking for that.
Yeah.
For you guys.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean,
our military, Greg's right. Our
we-
military is at least 30 to 50 years ahead of what we know about or what they let us know about.
Which is incredibly terrifying because not
It
only
is.
are they way stronger than us,
Right.
technologically, but they hide. I mean, already from what we know about,
All right. Now,
hide how stronger they are.
You can
It's
keep
just
talking.
terrifying.
This
Yeah.
is a YouTube short. I guess it's from ABC News, but I remember seeing this not too long ago on some of the channels I watch and UFO and AO. If anybody's the conspiracy guy on this channel, it's me. This is all I do.
He froze.
He froze
and I-
like it.
That's
You're
because
good,
they
you're
don't want
good.
me to say what I'm saying. If there's anybody who is the conspiracy
We heard
theorist,
you. Your picture
on
just
here.
froze.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
right. Exactly like that.
All right.
It looked like he was being probed.
This is a military
Oh,
base.
no.
All right. And this is drone. This is a security drone at a military base. I want to say in Iraq, and it shows an orb flying through the sky over the base. The drone tracks it. Now I have it full screen. Hopefully, it's not going to be too hard to see. At first, you're not going to see it. It freezes.
We're waiting.
I'm obviously not saying.
We're waiting.
Now watch.
Definitely not saying anything.
Wow,
We're waiting.
All right, watch the screen. Watch the screen. There it goes. See it? Now it's going to
No,
track.
you're not
No,
bringing
I don't
anything
see
up,
anything,
bro.
man.
Watch
We're not
right
seeing
here.
nothing.
Watch right.
Dude, there's nothing. There's
There's
nothing.
nothing on the
on
screen.
our screen. We
Oh my
can't
God!
see it. You're not
No.
sharing
You
it.
Shut up.
What are you talking about? It's right there.
Why
I
did
don't
somebody
right
just
there.
say-
Right.
Why did you just say somebody share it? Now you're gonna watch. See the people down there?
Uh-huh.
You're gonna watch right over their head. You're gonna see this big metal ball just fly through the air, and then the drone begins to track it. All right. So there it goes.
All right. Yeah, I can't like even keep up with it.
It's trying to. There it is.
Right there it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why is there a big metal ball flying through the sky?
Right.
You know what I mean? Who has the technology to make big metal balls fly?
It's a
Well, that,
catapult.
like I said, those videos I've seen of like single prop planes where it flies
Yeah.
by them and zips back. That's what it was. It was like a giant metal ball, but it moves at incredible speeds.
Yeah.
No, now that's not an object that's flying. Okay, that's just something that was sent by a catapult.
The
It's just a whole
catapult.
rock.
For that far. Yeah. I mean,
all good.
Right.
oh, and just so you know, actually, I'm creating a faux pas. All right. It's
what?
not UFOs anymore. It's a UAP, unidentified aerial
Right.
phenomenon.
I know. I hate
Yeah.
they changed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so that is because I don't think that we could call them that in the 1950s during the giant UFO craze.
Right.
They, you know what I mean? They're like, well, what did it look like? Well, it was a flying saucer. Now, back then, think about a plate, the saucer plate.
A saucer, right? That's
Flip
the only thing
over.
I had to compare.
Yeah,
it to,
right.
So you look in the Bible for the same thing, flaming chariots.
Right.
There
Yeah.
wasn't horses with wooden wagons in the back shooting flames out the back with some rocket launchers, and they
Right.
got their spear in their one hand and they're just through the sky. It's what they could describe it. It's
Right.
they had to
Yeah.
use words that people at that time understood, and the most powerful weapon back there was the chariot.
Right.
So
Take you all out with my chariots.
Well, and Devin, the fact, like I was saying earlier, is, you know, Greg's right about the 30 to 50 years. That's why I believe, I have no supporting evidence of this, but I believe we do have anti-gravity technology, but they're not
I
telling
would-
us about it.
I would agree. I don't think all UFO.
I don't think they're all aliens. Some of them are all ours.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is this: you don't ask a government contracting firm to create a map of building railroad tracks
Right.
on the moon.
Well, right.
And this is public knowledge, unless you are already probably have railroad tracks on the moon, unless you've
Or-
already got the infrastructure up there, because like heck, they'd let us know.
I
You know?
laugh because I believe it. It sounds so ridiculous. We'll
It
put a
does,
railroad
doesn't it?
system on
But,
the moon. Sounds so crazy.
When Trump came out, don't get me wrong, I'm a big Trump fan, but when Trump came out and said, I'm starting a space force,
Oh, I laughed.
my brain went, well, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Let's do some math here. We've been to the moon successfully. We've landed on the moon successfully one time that we're aware of. We've been there a couple times and never gone back. And now all of a sudden it's, 2018.
No,
Yeah, around
or
there.
2017 or something like that.
Yeah.
And we have a space force. Why would you do that unless you're able to get in and out of our atmosphere real easy? You would never do that unless you're capable of traversing that easily.
Well, and
Not
also,
what we
Yeah.
know about. Not what we know about.
Yeah.
Easily.
and
Yeah.
also if you have a reason for one.
All right.
What
If
would the
what?
reason
I'm sorry,
be?
say that again.
A reason for one.
Right, exactly.
What is your reason
I am
for
going
having
to.
a military force in space?
I'm going to show you
Right,
that.
I agree.
All right. This video is 100% authentic. All right. 100%. It is from Norway. No, I'm telling you.
I'm not. Go ahead.
All
I'm just laughing.
It's from Norway. Now let's remember in that area is the Hadron Collider.
That thing scares me to death. Honestly.
They asked all the countries around, "Hey, did you launch a rocket? Did you launch?" Every country said, "No, we did not." Much later on, when everybody was just trying to question it, the Russians said, "Yeah, we launched a rocket. It spun out of control." Makes no sense. All right. As we know, the world government hides anything and everything from us. Your own government hides it from you. So why they changed their story and why would a spitting out rocket would not leave this? It makes no sense, physics or any otherwise. But let me play it. So some physicists say it's a portal that they're using the Hadron Collider.
You're not sharing
it. Well, I wasn't ready to share it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I was just saying, some say that the Hadron Collider is actually a device to open wormholes.
Portals, I've heard
transportation.
So
it's a transportation device.
Did they finally get it? Here we go. If a rocket, why would there be a big flash in the sky? This was seen in the sky of Norway.
That's wild. Let that play the whole minute and 14 seconds.
What that's not. I wouldn't think that would be a spiraling rocket.
No, that's not a spiraling rocket. But I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before.
Who asked?
That is wild. Let it keep playing.
Yep.
And then suddenly the tip opens up. That's crazy. What the heck? I've never seen that before. Where the heck did you find that?
I researched this crap. I want to know.
What is that on the other side of it?
I don't know what that is on the other side.
Okay. When you find that, you text that to me or whatever. I want to see that.
What are you doing, Greg?
All right, stop it. Whatever that is.
I'm trying.
Yeah, bring us back.
All right.
Bring us back.
Anyway,
bring us back.
We've spiraled out of control. We've gone way down the rabbit hole.
And I don't think we had. Isn't that what this is for?
Yes, it is. I was just trying to find a way to segue back to the moon, but
let me ask you, Devin. What do you believe the moon is? Do you believe it's like? What was that movie that was recently done about the moon being a mega structure?
Moonfall.
Moonfall's
pretty Moonfall. That's it.
I don't know. I don't think there's like nanomachines in there that want to kill everybody. You know what I mean? That's kind of nuts. But
that was AI.
It's probably
AI.
It's. I think it has credence that it could very well be a superstructure.
Do you think somebody's like they're just observing humans to see what we do?
No, I think it's probably the Ark. If there is anything that is preserving us, it's our past humans.
Okay, what do you think, Chris? I'm curious. What are your thoughts on it?
On the moon?
Yeah,
I think it's an alien base.
All right.
Okay. For what purpose, though?
Observation.
Okay, I kind of agree with that. I think they're just keeping an eye on us.
What do you think, Greg? We're almost out of time.
I know we can go a few seconds over. All right, hold on.
Okay, you're a few seconds are done. Let's close it out, boys. Wrap it up.
Hold on. I need you to see this one. All right. Now, no one has debunked this. It's too new. I've not seen anywhere where people say that's, you know what I mean? This is floating out there in the channels of the back channels and things like that. MUFON, Mutual UFO, and
make your point
network.
quickly.
This happened over Sweden. And I want you to remember Norway and Sweden are within the circle of the Hadron Collider. All right. So we're going to go ahead and play this real quick. Just think you'd find this very interesting. It's September 23rd, 2023. And let you watch it.
I have seen this, but yes, it's very, very interesting.
I've seen this movie. No, I'm joking.
No, it's not a movie.
As a joke.
If
I
it
mean,
is a movie, I want to see it.
it's not a movie.
It looks pretty
No,
cool.
that's and you know that kind of supports the whole portal theory again even more. And I don't know, maybe that's something we need to dive into a little farther on another Friday or something. But you know, because then you got to ask, well, portal to where? Close that out, Greg. There you go. You know, you got to go portal to where, to what, to, you know, blah blah blah. But stop it, Chris.
That wasn't me.
Devin and Darth Vader. Like,
Look, I don't have enough acceptable lighting. If
Devin
there's
promises
too much
to
light
work
my
on his
face,
lighting this weekend.
I'll actually blind everyone on the phone, on the show. So that's.
I was just thinking about our intro. It was terrible.
It was pretty bad. We apologize.
I was late. I apologize to our 3 or 4 watching viewers and my co-hosts there. I apologize. Work has been hell this week. I don't know who introed, but whoever it is, let's close her out.
All right, here we go. All right, so smash that like button, share the videos. It really helps us out. Comment, you know, all that good stuff. We will see you guys Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time to 7:30. Check out the show. If you want, come on in, watch us while we're live, jump in the comment sections and talk amongst each other, talk to us. We're trying to work all this out. We're trying to grow. So it really helps us out. With that being said,
ring that bell. And
God bless
America.
God bless America.
Have a good weekend, you guys.
Have a good weekend.